Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Welcome back. So, I just want us to pay very close attention to this issue that we're about to discuss, and that this will be like a continuation of what we told us yesterday, what we discussed about a court case, about the lawsuit, and the intention of those that are behind it. No, I hope you know that the names of Nkere did not appear there, but that's not the issue. The issue is we have to pay close attention to understand the intention and agendas of those that are behind it. Now, let me remind you that a few months ago, there's a chart that leaked. In fact, I'm looking for a screenshot of that chart now. I don't know where I saved it, but I know that I have it. Or maybe I'm gonna try my best to retrieve, to search everywhere to get that chart for you. But have shown that here anyway. But I can't point the video that I made that known to us. We have discussed about it. And what this chart says is that this is a gang of people from Ogekre camp coming together to discuss about how they will make sure that they pin DPM, COS, and cost of revenue down. And by so doing, for them to do that, they want to look for everything, like to see her posts, her videos, and use that against her. Just because they have been looking for a way to sue her. This is not the first time. And you see some people who jump from DOS bragging about how she will be jailed. Before even this lawsuit, I saw post of Nkere, post of Helen Peters, of course, Unice PB. These three women, three women are from DOS, and they are the one telling you what to do and how to do, what you must do. You need to do this, you need to do that. But we know their intention, we know their agenda. How do we know? Because of their post. Like I was saying, the secret chat conversation they have, Akparawa was there. Many of them, they were there, hiding and looking for a way to pin down DPM. Now that brings me to the issue of show us what you are doing. Oh, DPM, show us what you are doing. Because of the person, this is 6 months, you cannot say anything. I'm not proud of the army that you display with their rag tag. Honestly, that's why I said to represent or fight or defend Igbo people is just like suicide. Sorry to use the word, but you know what I'm talking about. Like people you volunteer yourself to defend somebody that is not, that doesn't care. They chat is something else. Then after going through that chat, that was when I stopped, thinking, not even talk, I don't talk about it here publicly, like telling, trying to figure out what is going on, why must it be like this, why must it be like that, why can't we just go out and do what. I don't discuss that. I don't even have time for that because I'm not an insider, so I don't know what they're seeing or what they know. But immediately I saw that chart of Ogigere people, then I realized, oh, two things are involved. People telling you they want to see what Now Musa never come before, and Musa is no more crying. People that are doing that made Musa to cry. Who stop it? The people that stopped it are the gang you saw in that chat. They are the ones that stopped it. And I will tell you why. They are looking for picture, video evidence to use that against DPM. Why? That she's a terrorist. Connect it with those telling you that Ngozi Bugoro Fulani, terrorist commander or chief of the terrorists. These are class of people in secret chat telling their friends to look for, compile the video, send it to Akparawa, send it to this person. They were looking for that, they were comparing videos, audios of COS to sue her from that angle. When that chat leaked, everybody started comporting themselves, knowing fully well that we are waiting for Tinubu and his cabinet to do this for you, to you. They are already close to you, speaking your language, shouting all help Biafra. In your midst, they are there already. And the intention is to make sure that you turn your eyes elsewhere and they will strike you. Now, before we go further, please like this video and subscribe to the channel in case if you're new. We are not here to tear anybody apart, but to tell you, to remind you that in as much as you have these people telling you we want to see what you're doing, it's good to see. But the reason why you are not seeing all those things is simply because They understand that if you show some of these clips or anything, the way different Liberation Army they are patrolling, the number, the size, the level of the equipment, the mode, dressing code, and everything. That what it means is simple, that you are buying or gaining the love of Biafrans. They understand it very well. So the easiest way to stop you from gaining the love of other people is to begin to make sure that you will not send or display those things that will all make people to understand what you are doing, to see your activities and your actions. Then they will take advantage if they stop you. Of course, if they stop, that's what they believe. They will take advantage. And how do you think, how do they want to stop? What are those things they want to do to stop you? By going behind, planning and plotting how to use that thing that you display to nail you. Then I was still looking for those who submitted the documents, who leaked some information to outside people that actually signed petition publicly. There's no way DS would have succeeded or that could, oh no, without having people from the cabinet who participated. Like we have seen why such time in France, Esenago, who happened to be in the cabinet, criticizing Nkere and their group, which is well deserved though. But as she was doing that, she was also doing the bidding and secret job for those that she wants you to believe that she criticizing. Now, I want you to hold this one first. Number one, let me repeat it again. They were having secret conversation WhatsApp group where they were discussing on how to use some of the video or clip or action words, anything at all of DPM, COS, Dr. Ngozi just to name her by suing her. That one failed. They withdraw back. When they withdrew back, what did they do? They started showing you this one. Like a few days ago, breaking news. Simon Ekpa sues Ngozi in Washington, okay? Claims she stole database of IPOB members across US and Europe. This is from Post Gazette. But because they think that's smart, God works in a mysterious way. What they put here is IPOB, not Ricky. Let me take it again. What they have here is IPOB, not to break it. So CS and USB government that are going to defend, are going toe to toe with them. Remember this. What they have here is IPOB, not the break. That's number one. Number two, who are IPOB? Who are those that own the database? When they gave you their data, who was the leader then? When they gave you as acquisition their data, who was the leader? And how do you come to have a, how did you arrive to this new leader you have now? When they gave you the data, do they give you to lobbyists? Who do they trust that made them to give you the database? Currently, how many of them are with you? Did you travel to Finland to declare Biafra? What was the name that you want to give Biafra then? Is it Brigi? Because I'm going to show to you some screenshots, just like the one we are seeing here now from People Gazette. You will see more screenshots here as we move forward, because a lot is going on and you have to bring it the way it is without adding anything. These are people that have never do well. When you come down here on these People Gazette news, the reply or the headline of, because these guys, Akparawa, do the screenshot and of course not the screenshot per se, but the link, and shared it on his wall with this caption. I said, I am just waking up from sleep. I am just waking up from sleep, oh, as if he don't know that they sue. I getting the point. That this is his first reaction, which I said, this guy, you can lie, but the only thing we have to do now is to double our touch, because for the sake of our people. Let me make this clear to us. I am not here to defend CS. Like, it's not about CS, it's about Biafrans, it's about our people. I'm not her lawyer, she don't know me, I don't know her. So what I said here, I'm not here to represent CS. But I am here to represent entire Biafrans. Not that they told me to go and represent, but I'm just adding my opinion as a Biafran. You get my point. A lot is going on, and we're going to go through it step by step. As you can see here, this is Akparawa's post, where he's telling the so-called lawyers that sue COS and Biafrans to add this one. What is that? The constitution in Amazon. To them, that is their property of breaking. Do you understand what these guys are doing? Do you understand their intention and their motive? They believe without them you are nothing. And this is people who refuse to understand how PM formed autopilot. The Biafran Liberation Army you are talking about today is from where? ESN. Is PM the one that formed ESN? The answer is no. Did IPOB or Master Makano sue PM for bringing ESN under his control before the thing made a force to Biafra Liberation Army? The answer is no. In the history of Biafra movement or freedom of Biafrans, there has never been a time when somebody woke up and said, okay, let me just go and sue my brother because he used anything from me. Or the person that designed those logos, where is she now? Many of us don't know the person that designed it. Many of this logo, at least I know Judith Osazowa. Is she with you now? I'm saying this for Biafran USB government too. I'm not a lawyer, but I can tell you honestly, these guys are delusional. But that will tell. Let's see. And one thing they need to understand is this: no matter what you do, even if you go to appeal court, to Supreme Court, to international court, whatever court you want to go, the mandate will never ever give it to you. And as long as you choose to throw this part, it is good because that's a proof to Biafrans that you are not for anything freedom. Here is another screenshot that I want to share with you because I promised to bring both screenshots, right? This is another one from Akparawa. He said what? Honorable Elias, he tagged this to Elias. You know Elias, the one that is that Chinese Asian man who pretends to be from Poland, I don't know, says this. Please add this to the court case of USB Nigerian group sending out a copy rights infringement of Biafran government in exile constitution on Amazon. And he used this, he wrote this after taking screenshot of go247 where you go actually shared the news just like every other person have done. Now he's coming. This is people who are giving you different. And this will tell you, for some of you, if you follow me here, I have never for once opened my mouth and say, go and donate money to A, go and donate money to B. What I tell you is that to do fundraising, go and support whoever you want to support. So many of you can testify to that. But that doesn't mean that you don't know who I'm backing up. I'm backing USB government. Why? Because that is my own choice. But I believe you have your own choice to follow. But at this point in time, my people, I have to let you know that you can see where the money you're donating to Nkere is going to suit Biafrans. Because if you doubt me, Remedios and Biafra Unite are crying that these people they are backing up the red charter for, and the other one is charter manager. The other one want to give you what he believe that you need to fall back after hearing the voice note of PM, which is just another lie. We have talked about this several times. But I want to know that people who are anti-USB government are telling you publicly that these individuals they're not sending any money to men on ground. That the money is going to pay Elias. So when you see Elias sounding as if what he's loading boss in somewhere at Headbridge or somewhere in Ariara, you can tell that this is one of the reasons why he's doing that, because he understands the source of his money. PM did not call him to serve or to work for him. He is the one that threw himself in the bus. And because blood of the same feathers flock together, they said, remember when he started, there's a screenshot that CS released his message to PM, reminding him that this guy Ajere, that he should be very careful of him. As if but he did not know that Ajere messed up in the past and come back again, and he was forgiven and pardoned before elevating him to deputy minister of information and all that. You see, all this I'm telling you is for you to know how the whole thing started. So if you are giving the money to them now, it is obvious that what they are using the money to is to suit Biafrans. And here is evidence to that. This is Akparawa. calling for the head of Ugutu 472. He said you should add this one to the lawsuit. Here is another one. This just few that I choose to pick because there's many messages like this, not from him alone, but I choose to bring from him because he is acting in the brigade as we speak. Like he's one of the official and one of the so-called cabinet of brigade that brigade fall back, in the opposing Now he says this signal USB United States of Biafra, this name is Briggy property, and you all betrayers will here come. You cannot mess with Briggy property and go free. If Mas Namoricano had Elias, we wouldn't have had to wait for Simon Ekpa to exist. That that means PM wouldn't have come or to exist at all because saboteurs of Biafra working for Nigeria would have been taken care of. Funny enough, coming from you. Now, because this case is already in the court, remember, I am not here speaking for COS. Not at all. I'm not here defending her, not at all, but I'm speaking as a Biafran. Let me remind you, Son Akparawa and all of you, that the issue of Biafra is not private business. That's what you guys are trying to make it learn because you forgot that my father's land, my own ancestral land, is included in your map. You don't remember that my own ancestral land is included in the map that you designed as a brigade. So this issue, I don't know what you guys smoke, to be honest with you. If you would have, the only way you can do this through this kind of case, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm telling you what I'm sure of. The only way you can succeed in this kind of case that you guys are dragging down is if you register this as your property, maybe as a club, but as a nation, it's not possible because my own land is included in your map. Automatically, you are now in the brigade, whether you like it or not. That's what the same thing that DOS did when they said you have to take an oath for you to become an IPOB member. That's what you guys are technically doing now because when IPOB was calling for people to come and swear an oath, they say, yo, he's not an IPOB member. We were here now, we talked about it when they keep on telling you that quote unquote PM is not the official member of IPOB. The lawsuit that IPOB sued to PM, how did it end? Because they realized that you cannot go, this thing doesn't work. You are talking about a nation, not about a club, not about a private club or an association that you decide to, me and you, let us form this group and we maintain it. As long as you have physical boundary, like boundary that exist, that called Biafra, whether you say a Republic Biafra in backward, in the United States of Biafra in left side, United States of Biafra in upward, as long as you're talking about Biafra as an entity, as a nation, no matter the group that you formed, you can't sue people just like this. Because when you said Biafra, okay, United States of Biafra in exile, first thing first, where's the Biafra? Show us the map. You said I'm not a member, that I'm using your logo, but you are using my boundary, you are using my land, my ancestral land. Are you not stupid? I mean, are you not stupid? To be honest with you, unless if CS decided not to hire a good lawyer that can think properly. All this nonsense you guys are doing is laughable. The funny thing is that you yourself, you can't even travel anywhere. You are just stagnant where you are. But I saw a post from you where you were talking about that they rent a shop apartment somewhere in Washington that should go to Maryland. You can't even differentiate between the size and the beautiful place, like the city between Maryland, where you have that office, and Washington. You can't. You do know that it's just like somebody who have an office somewhere in Abuja and you have another shop, another office somewhere in Okokomaiko in Lagos. Okay, let me not even give it because some people believe that the entire Lagos is beautiful. It's not true. But I don't know. Okay, your state is, you are from Akwa Ibom, isn't it? Fine. Let me narrow it down. If you have office in Calabar, happen to be the state capital, right? You have office there. You can't compare that office with one you have in maybe one remote area in the same Akwa. Or can you compare office that somebody open in Lagos with the office you open somewhere in Benue State? I'm just telling you because maybe you are not aware. You are bragging. One the If you rent something like 400 square meter in Maryland, you can't compare it with 200 square meter in Washington. The price is not the same. Makande, oh, you shop apartment. If it's some of people that can't even boast of one room, like you can't even rent one room without seeking for help. I'm not talking about you, son. I'm talking about people that are following that your judicial claim. Some of them don't even know what they're talking about. Anyway, you have your mouth to say what you want to say. But what I want to remind you is that, judging by this your scriptures here, he said that United States of Biafra, this is Briggy property. In really, really, okay. Can we see your documentation where the land map your boundary? And some of them claim that they are lawyers. They think like I listen to Nkere with Ekwempia. United States of Biafra, you have the boundary, you are lecturing what you don't know. The only time you can sue people is if you carved out my boundary that I'm not you're bringing in exile. Your map is not my land, my house is not as long. That's what I told the DS. If you want to tell PM to stop, then remove his own fatherland. Many Biafrans remove us, carve the map, carve our land out from your map. Then, if you hear me talking about it, have you seen me talking about the land map about the Oduduwa land, Oduduwa people, agitators? No, because my land is not included. If I'm sleeping and you are doing this your gang, gang get together party that you are doing in the name, you are forming a group and an association. If you are doing that and you are putting my father's land in that, no, I will talk. I will talk now. That's why when some people were kind of question marks, kind of, where's your consultation? Without that consultation, you cannot just sit down and say which PM have succeeded on that. He opened the door for everyone to come. He calmed down and talked to people that own the land. You sat down somewhere in Kevadi and telling me that my land is that you bring is and you have the temerity to sue people. You guys should understand that you're not only a fool. Come on, you're not only a fool. Anyway, my boy, there's a lot to talk about this. There's a lot to talk about here, rather. But I cannot just continue because honestly, I just want to let you know to see what these people can do. So that does not mean that we are so blind. We understand what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm not in contact with CS, but I believe that she's gonna watch the video. If you know her contact, please tell her, remind her what we just said now. Maybe it make more sense to them to add it up because they are trying to claim that Biafra is a private business that owned by PM and not PM. Let me know why would I even mention PM? That owned by Nkere and Elias, who cannot even. If you ask Elias, give me steps to how to go to Nigeria, he don't even know. Let alone how to go to Biafra. Have you been to Biafra land, Elias, or the Bre, or the Bre? I don't know what he call himself. All of you that are international lawyer, yes, you are, but you are not international for criminals. The people that hiring that are using it now to sue this thing now, they are the one trying to steal because they say that they stole something, right? They are the one that's stealing because you take my father's land, my ancestral land, in your map, and you are telling me that I should not talk about it. I should not. If you say that the logo that you're talking about, then you have to present the design of the logo in the first place. And the money that being paid to the designer, if I thought there's any money, who contribute the money? Make sure that those people that contribute the money are with you. If not, you are talking to yourself. That you registered Briggy does not mean that you own Briggy. Are you getting my point? Because it's an association that has nation name, nation, people. So anybody that comes from that place is automatically a member. This is this, the madness of the US is what you guys are copying every blessed day. They said indigenous people of Biafra. Then indigenous people of Biafra, they were telling you that, oh, he's not an IPOB member, because the person is saying something that you don't like. Automatically, he's no longer an IPOB member. Really, what's your name? Indigenous people of Biafra. So who's indigenous here, and who is not indigenous? You are not. Your own is even more clearer, because the map you mentioned the state, 40 states, all of us fall to this top 40 state you're talking about. So better come with a different map when you are presenting your case. Come with a different map so we can start from there. Nishi maybe. Anyway, please like the video and let us hear from you. I want to hear your own take on this. Thank you and God.